Guys, something arrived in the mail today. I recently hit 200 subscribers and I got my YouTube award for it. So open up, check it out. I'm so excited. Got a lot of tape on this. Bigger than I thought it'd be. That's pretty cool. Middle of working. Oh gosh. I'm trying not to scratch it. Oh man, that's awesome. This is sweet. Got my YouTube award for hitting 200 subscribers. Look at this. They even put these wood shavings in there. How manly. I mean, how gender neutral is that? That's sweet. I'll hang this on my wall right here in my shop. I thought I'm wildly famous. Now that I post a video, my video literally gets tens of views. It's so awesome. I want to say thanks to all my subscribers out there, my brothers and my sisters, and all my other YouTube channels that I have that subscribe to this channel. Thank you. But in all seriousness, thanks for whoever you guys are. Alright, guys, you probably know by now YouTube doesn't give you a reward for 200 subscribers, but I hit such status that I thought I should make one, and I'm going to show you how to. So, here's how we make it. Okay, I got some leftover acrylic from a sign job that I did. I'm going to go ahead and cut that up, and went with 8x10 because, well, frankly, this is a joke award, so I'm just going to make it small. Alright, I could do something really cool, like cut this on the laser, but I really want you guys to be able to do this at home. So I don't think many of you are going to all have lasers. So you can cut acrylic with a saw. Just make sure it's got a fine tooth blade in it. So I was able to save the scrap on it and keep it large. I didn't have to cut 8 inches all the way across and lose the piece. So don't worry about it being a little frosted looking. Still has the plastic on it. We'll be able to peel that right off to put our image on here. So let's get the 1x4s. Okay guys, I've designed thousands and thousands of signs, so I truly am just building this on a whim. So I got my 1x4 here. I'm going to use pine, and it's junk wood that I've actually salvaged and said I'm not using this somewhere. So I'm going to cut this out and turn this into a good board. So 1x4s are 3.5 inches. Oh, about 2 7/8. So my frame is going to be 2 7/8. Let's go ahead and rip this entire board down to 2 7/8. Okay, so this plexiglass is roughly 1/4 inch. Let's see what it actually is. Okay, it's 1/4 inch, so we're gonna rip. I gotta put in a groove here. I'm not gonna use my dado blade because again, I want you guys to be able to do this at home. So I'm gonna put I'm gonna show you how to use a table saw to put in a groove. Down here so we can recess our plexiglass into this, as well as recessing a piece of plywood on the back to hold all that cool manly sawdust in there. So I want probably a 3/8 inch reveal on the front of my sign here, so I'll put my plexiglass about here, and on the back with probably a 1/4 inch on the back. So I'm going to set my table saw at 3/8 of an inch, and we're going to go ahead and rip this once. You also want to bring down the depth on the table saw so you don't rip all the way through your board. We'll wind up something similar to this, but not quite as deep. I'll probably do 3/8 of an inch deep on the table saw. Or I'll just eyeball it. Whatever it is what it is. About there. Now we set this at 3/8 this way. About right there. And we rip it. Okay, I went ahead and cut my 1x4 in half because my drop-off table here off of my table saw is actually full of other projects that I'm currently working on, so I don't have quite 8 feet to push this off. So we'll just push them 4 foot at a time. Okay, the first point I want to make is we went once with the table saw. So you can see my groove here. but we have 1/4 inch here. So blades are normally about 1/8 of an inch thick. This is 1/4 inch thick, so it's going to take at least 2 cuts to get this to fit in. We'll go from 3/8 of an inch out to almost 1/2 of an inch. Alright, so this is a little too narrow here to fit, so I'm going to bring this over maybe 1/16 of an inch. So we'll bring it over from 1/2 inch to 9/16. Space needs to remain the same at about 3/8, and by making this space bigger, we're moving the saw further and further and further this way until we get the depth or the width that we want here. Okay. Alright, so we slip right in there. There's a little bit of wiggle room, which is a good thing. I feel that that's a good thing. There needs to be room for glue to keep this thing from moving. Now we'll repeat these steps on the back side. So we got the groove on this side. Now we need a groove on this side to collect the to hold the backer board in, which is about 1/8 of an inch wide. So if we're lucky, 1 cut with the saw and we got it. So I'm going to put about a 1/4 inch reveal. So we'll set the table saw to 1/4 of an inch to cut this back, and it's got to be the same depth as this one. Make sure we cut the side, this side here, not the side we put the groove in already. Okay, so this is the backer board material. It actually doesn't quite fit either, so in a saw blade we're not lucky enough. It looks like maybe another 1/16 of an inch. We're at a 1/4 of an inch. So what's that, 4/16? So we want to move this up to 5/16. So we'll keep this at 1/4 inch, move this up to 5/16, so we gain a 1/16 of an inch in this groove. Alright, okay, so I got this groove here and this groove here. This one holds the acrylic, and this groove over here is going to hold the backer board, which is a little over 1/8 of an inch, probably closer to 3/16. Alright, I'm going to take the backer board material and I'm going to cut it at the 8x10, the same exact size that we cut the acrylic. That's about what we want. I can't decide since I'm building this on the whim. I think mitered corners will probably hold this in the best. So let's go ahead and just do mitered corners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a miter on both of my pieces of board here. I almost didn't record this part. And yes, I'm just throwing that scrap on the floor. Alright, it's important to note which side is up and which side's down. If you notice, I originally cut this in half to 4-foot long lengths. Now I went ahead and cut 2 at once for the miter. And we need to make sure we know what the heck we're doing, because if we put this upside down, it's really going to stink. Let's go ahead and remember that in our heads, which side's up and which side's down. You could pencil mark on this if you'd like. However, I'm not going to do that because I think I'm going to stain this and pencils will show through and I'll have to sand it off. Before you get much further, you want to put your reward on here. And this part, I am going to use one of my nifty tools. I know I said I wasn't going to, but the tool's so awesome that I have to do it. And it's so much better at painting than I am. Let's go do that real quick. Alright guys, you're in my sign shop, which is just the other side of my 200-year-old barn. And this is my UV printer. Flatbed. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this plastic off one side of the award here. And I'm going to turn the lights on, because everyone went home. Nobody can stay and work. I don't blame them. They work pretty hard. They need to go home so I can stay here and make YouTube videos for you guys. This stuff's really hard to peel off. So I'm just going to sit here and kind of talk while I peel this stuff off. Holy mackerel. There we go. Got some of it. Alright, still going. Gosh, man. You guys are going to stop watching this show? You guys are going to stop watching it. Actually, you're probably not even watching it anymore. You turned off the second I told you the joke was fake, or the award was fake. I made it myself. Thinking, oh, it's just a commercial, I'm not going to watch it. Guess what? It's not a commercial. But if you guys can't do this at home, check out my footstepsinthepast.com. I might be able to custom make this for you really cheap. And here it is. Whoa! I'm showing it backwards because that's a mirror image. That's hilarious because to me, this is right. But in the camera, this is wrong. This is wrong. But in the camera, it's right because it shows a mirror image. Alright, let's finish the award that I earned. Alright, back in the wood shop on the other side of the barn. Little tiny wood shop. Go ahead and peel the plastic off of this side. Since this is the side with the printing and this is the other side. It's the face, I guess. This stuff is so hard. Man, I'd pay somebody to do this just so I don't have to peel the plastic. Starting. Alright, now we want to get the dust off this here. Just wipe it on a piece of cloth, don't scratch it. Pretty. Alright, back to the miter joints. I believe I already showed that clip, but I might just move it so it's after this so I don't look stupid. Okay, we're going to work everything off of the 1/8 inch plywood because I don't want to mess with the acrylic now that we've got it printed. So, I don't know what I'm doing. When I first started doing miters like this, I'll show you the quickest step, the easiest step to understand what's going on, or we can measure it out. But we're just doing it on a whim. I'm only making one, so I'll show you what the heck. The easiest step. So to go ahead and put this in here, just so it touches right up in here. And then we got this piece here. So we know the miter is going to be somewhere in here. So we're going to make this a hair big, like this. And we're going to cut an opposing miter right on that line there. And we'll take this one, flip her around. Just so it has the right miter on it. I'm sorry, I'm moving my camera around. My little tiny workshop making all these noises. So now we should have two pieces from one. Then we have this third piece here. Can't count today. So I'll show you real quick the easy way to do this without a measuring tape. We'll slip this in here and put it about to where we want it, which would be right at the tail end of that right there. We'll take this one, put it here. And now we take this piece here without a miter on it. We just slip it on my board here, like this. Get it about how we like it. Make this miter over here look good. Then we got this one here and mark here. So I got this mark. So I have this mark here where it is, and then our miter is going to come off this way from that mark. Then we'll want to go ahead and do the exact same thing to the other side. I'm not going to bore you with that. Alright, I'm sorry painting crew for the next day when you come in here and I'm in your painting booth and I moved everything, messed everything up. Well, if you're subscribed to my video channel, you'll know why. But if you're not, you should subscribe. Got these little cutout things I'm moving. Look at this. We got naked signs. That's cool. Move those over here. I got some flat black primer. Let's get to spraying. Now I'm going to leave you guys to sit here and watch paint dry. No, I'm just kidding. I'll cut this out. Okay, so the paint's still a little wet, but I planned this video when I was at 195 subscribers, and 3 months passed by and now I'm at 200, so I am super excited to get this together. The paint's just a hair wet. I'm just going to assemble it anyway. If I get a black fingerprint on something, I'm sorry. But again, I'm just going to hang this up on my wall because I believe I deserve it at 200 subscribers. Extrem's a lot stronger on the edge glues than the Type Bond. If you don't believe me, click on that link right there. I compare the two. And yeah, let me know what you think about that. I still like Type Bond though. It's good on the edge glues, and I still use it in my products because it's waterproof. So we'll go ahead and get this glued up. My hands might become a little black. I mean, yeah. Go ahead and put a little blob. Gotta open the glue. Now remember I was talking about remembering which side's up? Well, when I was spray painting these, I left the bottoms white because I'm not going to spray paint the back because it's going against the wall. But that was the bottom, so I know which side's up, which side's down. Let's put them together. When you're putting these together, you don't need to have anything in here yet. So we're just going to simply put these together, make the miter look nice and tight, which I've already showed you. And then I'm just going to put some pin nails in there. I'll put some this way. Now this side. Now at the very beginning, when you guys saw this, you know why there's fingerprints in it and it wasn't completely professional. Oh, there's one. Paint's a little wet. Shouldn't do that. But I am. I don't do that on my signs I sell. Just on the ones I make for myself. It's kind of like the mechanic. The mechanic always drives the worst car. A little dirty, and we'll wipe that off. Right there on my fat belly. It's actually looking really good. Now it's ready for my gender neutral wood shavings. Alright, I've been running the thickness plane over there a bunch. So I have a bunch of wood shavings set right here. So we'll get these, we'll put them in my sign. Okay, I got these gender neutral wood shavings. You can put whatever you want in this. I am putting wood shavings because that's really cool. Guys, that's really cool. You don't ask me. Now I'm going to package this up and make it look like they mailed it to me for you guys. So I gotta wait for the glue to dry a little bit, otherwise it'll fall apart. But that's it done. If you guys got any questions, just put it there in the comment box in the bottom. But again, I'm Jay. That's my channel, Jay's To-Do List. I just surpassed 200 subscribers. Will you make it 201? Thanks for stopping.